unbelievable.
Where we're moving on now. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up
Test, test.
From beautiful Boca Raton and parts unknown, this is a Mad Labs Profit Party. The show that takes you directly inside the heart and soul of Mad Labs research to bring you the very best of marketing, creative ideas, and all the stuff you need to make the most of your online adventures. And best of all, we're here to party and profit with you all night long. So get on the Mad Labs live line and ask your questions. State your opinion, offer your own ideas, and interact with us live on the air. Just follow the instructions on screen right now to see exactly how you can connect with us throughout the show. And now, just when you thought it was safe to say, let's pour another round, live from the Mad Labs studio, this is the Mad Labs Profit Party. Let's get this profit party started.
There's a good vibration spreading through the nation. Get up on your feet. Light your bonfire, keeps on growing higher. Chase your blues away. On and on and on and on. Go. Like a magic potion, it's just music motion.
seem like a nice person.
Hey, Mad Labber VIPs, this is Peter Ray coming to you live from beautiful Boca Raton on the Mad Labs Profit Party. I want to welcome everybody and thank everybody for being with us tonight on the Profit Party, a free-flow, interactive conversation about marketing, success, and making the most money online. So if you've got questions, comments, or anything to say about anything, we want to hear from you on the VIP Web Events Skype line, and I think everybody's got that. And I have no hearing on the right side of my head, and that doesn't really matter, but it just means that I'd have no hearing on the right side of my head. So if I get disoriented and confused more so than usual, it's solely for that reason alone. Now, we're going to see what we can blow up tonight. We've had pretty good success in blowing up everything up to now. We're going to try to get the bugs out of the Mad Labs Broadcast Center here in beautiful Boca Raton so that we can start bringing you live web events on an ongoing basis. And with all that said, I am sitting here with young master Isaac DeBee, who's making sure you have our full attention, and we are up and running. And in Toronto, Canada, Donna Cuff is here. Hey, Donna, are you here?
I sure am.
Are you really?
Well, pretty much. Best as
Yeah.
I can be.
You're there?
Yeah.
Now, you know, Donna, you know something, right? You have your own
Oh, I know.
theme song. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, that means you're here. So how is everything up there, Donna?
Well, it's chilly today, believe it or not.
Is that right? I'm bringing you
I'm
up.
actually wearing a long sleeve shirt. That,
Not
that-
hearing you very well here. Let's try this. Try this. There. There we are. Is better?
There we go.
Okay, that's better. I'm sorry. You must have changed your microphone setting from when we did our little dress rehearsal.
Not since, no.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's how I feel about that. Okay, and of course you're there in Toronto and calling in from Florianopolis, Brazil on this incredible extravaganza. He's on a hiatus from beautiful Boca Raton, the world's longest commute. Guido Voslovic, Mad Labs Development Manager, are you out there?
Yes, I'm here, Peter. How you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right.
Do you have my drink?
Do I have your
Kind of
drink?
thirsty here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here, take that one. Take that one.
Thank
take that
you
one.
very much.
You want that?
Who's next?
What's that? Well,
Who's next?
You know, I thought from the heartland in the deep dark depths of magical Montana is Mad Lab's very own host of happiness, Mr. Sean Pryor. Are you out there, Sean?
No, Sean is missing in action.
Where's Sean?
I don't know. I get concerned with all those fires up there.
Yeah, maybe that's it. He probably lost his connection again because of those fires, right?
Yeah, it could be. They're pretty crazy. I wouldn't want to be there right now.
Should we get somebody to replace Sean today? What do you think about it?
Who could replace the resident master of happiness?
Yeah, I know, but just like
Or ambassador of happiness, I guess.
he's happiness itself.
Mhm.
He's happy. He's all happy all the time. Where's Peter? Peter, you disappeared. You're the host.
Okay, well, we'll talk.
We're here just for the drinks. You're the host. Come on. Show up. Hello.
All right, just a minute. Evidently, we are so damn popular and so fond of our own voices. I just heard that we are repeating ourselves.
I like that.
No, I mean, we are repeating ourselves. But
I'm mute then for a while when you
well,
fix that there.
I have no idea. Where would this come from? Does somebody is somebody on a call and they have something open? Because we haven't had this problem previously, and right now we're having the Timothy Leary experience. Is the audio, Isaac, is the audio? The music's fine, right? Obviously. But apparently our voices are being repeated somehow.
No, the mix outside of coming from the live show is not repeating. I'm listening here and it's all good.
I just listened to the live show and I heard us all repeat ourselves.
Mine is okay.
Just a
Maybe
moment.
it's just your output there. See, Eric said the audio output is fine there.
It's because you're behind me. We're picking it up twice. What's going into the mic, right?
Well, I'm getting messages coming in through Facebook
it's fine.
and through the
show
question
is fine.
panel here that we all sound fine to everybody
yeah,
else.
The show is fine. The problem is just a moment, my friends. I'm just gonna take care of this situation properly. And you know, really, the best way to handle this kind of a thing is probably something like this. Yeah, just do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step away for a moment, hit myself on the head on the desk here, and Donna. So the host of Happiness isn't here.
No.
Oh,
We haven't been able to get in contact with him. I tried numerous times. I'm a bit concerned.
Okay, now I can't see what's happening on the shout box, but how is our overall audio quality? Because we want to get this in place so we can start doing this for everybody on a regular basis and make sure that they have the best experience possible.
They are all saying that it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
I'm there I just typed I'm here to listen to you guys. So
yeah.
anything you can send here, I'll be listening to the shout box.
Yeah. I think we just, we had a momentary no moment.
No, in hum.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you just do that sound?
No, that's the whole place having a meltdown. We got a hurricane coming.
I know. I was going to bring that up, actually. I got an alert on my phone from the
Right.
Weather Network saying that you got some heavy weather coming in down there in
Yeah.
Boca Raton.
That could be happening. And so, if we're consistently interrupted by broadcasts from Tijuana, then, that could be what's going on.
Well, that's
So-
cool. So let's shake off these jitters
Yeah.
and
Everything's
let's
good?
move forward.
And remember, too,
Yes.
the whole purpose of Profit Party is that it's interactive, okay?
Mhm.
So we want to hear from everybody. We want everybody to call in and
hear some
participate
guests.
and ask the questions. What's that, Guido?
I said we should get some guests going in the party. Yes, you're right.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's really what we're doing. Roy Wingate, this is for you. Yeah, and this is all about interacting with Mad Labs directly and getting your questions answered and talking about marketing or just what's happening in the exciting, fast-paced world of making money online. So we're here to help you. We're here to answer any questions you might have. And even if there's just any comments or questions, open up the Skype lines and talk to us.
Right now we're just practicing some Deutsch here in the shout box. If you want to join, it's really interesting.
I can't do the shout box. The shout box is behind me right now, and I'm looking forward, so I can't see what's going on.
Okay. So,
You can play
Eric,
on the
if you can
shout-
just
play
respond to
people.
the shout box, does that sound better?
You don't have it over there? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, you're fine. Yeah, sorry, my mic is on. Oh, and I did want to throw in that we're being very casual. That's the whole point of Profit Party, is to use everybody out there as live, test victims. Right?
Does it sound better, Eric? Is it still that sharp?
No, he's just being a smarty pants, apparently.
What's that? Who?
Eric. Eric Neal is with us tonight.
Eric, this is for you. All right.
Don't do that.
Why? He's giving us a hard time.
Oh,
No, he
that's
just-
so nice.
He was being nice.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Okay.
I see Roy is with us again tonight. Roy, have you got yourself a headset yet? Can you call in?
Roy's got to do that. We got to do something. Roy,
We gotta have Roy.
We're gonna send you a headset.
I said that last time. We should send him a headset. We
Yeah.
gotta have Roy in the call.
yeah, we have to. I mean, I'm doing this.
There you go.
This is there.
That sounds
I mean,
good.
It's not even taking part.
Okay, you got it. I'm pouring me some.
Excellent. Thank you. Very
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
So we actually
Thank
going to do something here tonight, or we're just going to talk about people talking to us?
No, it's the
don't-
only company that like applauds when I say gonna drink, and so that I ever worked in. So that's good.
True. That's right. All right.
So
So we don't have anybody with any desperate need to speak with us, because we're more than happy to burn up airtime just here talking about nothing and testing all of the equipment here at the Mad Lab.
Well, last week, Roy asked us a question about Google Alphabet,
Right.
and we were all taken a bit by surprise because we had been
That's
with our
right.
heads buried so much in the studio. We hadn't been reading, like
That's right.
the tabloids or anything.
Yeah,
So
but now we're much smarter. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I did a little research today just to see just what the heck he was talking about. And basically what it looks like is Google is restructuring, and it's now going to be a wholly owned subsidiary of a company called Alphabet, which
Really?
is basically all the same people. It's the same people in charge. The stockholders will get one Alphabet stock for their one Google stock. I have no clue why they're doing it. I really don't. They say it's for, building up the company and, developing things and so on. They make it sound like it's such a big deal, but nobody's really said why they're doing it.
So what is this? More typical Google stock manipulation by spreading around bullshit?
Well, I'm beginning to think that might be what it is.
Wow.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but it sort
Right.
of sounds like it's a bit of a... It's a bit smelly. It's a
Yeah,
little smelly.
they lie. It is the scam of the century. We know that. Yeah, they're just lying. I wouldn't worry about it. So Google is now Alphabet City. Is that what you just said?
Well, that's the irony, right? It's like,
Right.
So what? You're Alphabet City now?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad they're finally learning how to spell down there.
Well, that was another thing I thought it was. Yeah, David
What?
Allison here. It says it sounds like. Correction, Donna Downer. He said it sounds like a lateral move. Like, yeah, for sure. If I was working for a company and I just basically got to use my same desk, but I just had a different nameplate, I would think that
Right.
it really means nothing. I have no idea why they're doing what they're doing. It confounds me why they would go through all that, and I'm sure it's going to cost a fortune.
Should I?
In terms
Should I?
of
Yeah.
everything.
Should I dare switch away to the Prophet drone and just see what's happening with that hurricane out there?
Sure.
I think you should
Yeah.
fly the drone away.
We're still live.
You
I'm
drove
actually just
off
testing
in
our
the
ability
summer
to switch
rain. I
you know,
waited to you
making
like a sleeping dream.
everything
Told me
just crash.
stay callous if someone bothered me.
Well, the image. Oh, there we go. There's.
The Eiffel
how we
Tower,
looking at
the
that?
marching band, but
No,
I'm sure you
still looks
wouldn't
alright.
understand. I just hope you don't stay.
I generally believe in honesty and marketing, but something smells about this drone cam. Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Just a little.
flash of lightning.
Yeah, there's a storm coming for sure.
Doesn't look very good.
Isn't it a little late to have the sunset?
That's an interesting question.
I like this drone.
Yeah, it's handy.
Yeah, you can see there's a storm coming.
Okay, now here, seeing as we're just testing stuff and we're just making sure that everything works well, young Master Isaac to be is telling me he's hearing some lady sing. It's a WTF moment for sure. I really don't need this. Oh, there was a lady singing on the drone? Really? Wow.
Was Donna singing? Probably she sings a lot.
Yeah.
Was not me.
Yes, it was. Yeah, you're probably right. And I couldn't hear it. But we broadcast a lady singing when we cut to the drone cam. Good to know. I didn't know that. Calls for
I
one of
didn't hear
these.
it.
A lot of that. So
Okay, so. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Peter.
no, I'm not doing anything because really you're gonna carry this. This is all about you. You know that, right?
Well,
It's all about you,
yes,
Donna.
it could be all about me. It's so rare.
It's about you,
Lauren.
Donna.
You really want me to like that theme, don't you?
Yeah. It's all about you.
I think it's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Because really, it's all about you.
Yeah, it's really all about
no.
you, girl.
No, I
It's
know.
just my opinion. No. It's your theme and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, that's my theme. Oh no, it's Peter's
somebody
theme.
is, somebody
My
is saying
thing.
that the music is a little loud.
Who's that?
Eric Neal is saying it in the chat box.
But isn't he notoriously difficult anyway? I mean, hasn't he already given us a hard time? Oh no,
He's not giving us a hard
sorry.
time. He's helping us.
I know.
I don't believe I'm being the nice one tonight.
Okay.
There we go. That's
The young master Isaac to be just told me the music's a little loud, so I guess it is. I'll just find out.
it's all good.
It's over here? It's over here. All right, well, we'll take a few minutes here, and then we've got some people
Okay.
coming by to catch the bus.
Who is gonna be brave enough to come in a call with us?
Yeah, does somebody want to come in and talk to us? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, you're lonely.
We're nice
What
people.
are we going to do? I mean, come on. Where is everybody? Who did that?
Well, I'm sorry. My phone is blowing up.
You're a weirdo.
Hey Sandy, come on in.
I'm calling you.
We're waiting. We can do this all night.
There we go.
All right. Well, light up that Skype live. Sounds like In Search of. Nobody's out there? This feels so popular. What's young Master Isaac to be gonna do if he's sitting over there manning this little chat line and nobody's bothering to talk to him? I mean, come on.
Somebody wants more drone cam.
More drum cam, please.
Yeah, but apparently there's a lady singing on it.
Put it.
All right. here we
Crank
go.
it up the music. Nobody will listen.
So what are we gonna to talk about tonight, folks? Need some ideas.
Don't care.
Well, you drove off in the summer rain. I went to you like a sleeping dream. Told me
Very
stay
suspicious.
callous if someone bothered me. The Eiffel Tower,
really like
the
this.
marching band, but I'm sure you wouldn't
Especially at 10:25.
understand. I just
Yeah, it's like it's a really good drone.
Yeah, we knew the girl. We said the girl would be there. All right, apparently it's loud. All right, we're not going to cut to the drone again because you got to talk faster. Let's not like we're like doing this here. Yes.
Okay, so I just put a question that came
Yeah.
in through the.
Right. Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry, just somebody's asking me, like, you know.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I just posted a question that came in through the panel from Professor, and I posted it on the live message here. It says, question from Professor, what is the best niche market to make a profit these days?
Nice.
At the same time, he typed on the shot box like testing out the question box. Did you get the question? Well, it's answered.
Yes.
Did we?
Whenever I get a live question come in there through the console, I will post it there for everybody to see, and we
Okay.
will answer it.
Well, the geniuses here at the Mad Lab studio, we've managed to set things up so that I can't actually see what's going on over there.
But that's okay. I'll tell you.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. Because this
So
is...
yes, so the
you know,
professor.
Secrets.
So the professor is asking us, what's the best niche market to make a profit these days? That's a really broad question.
That's a really tricky question.
Yeah, that too.
Do you know the thing that I always say, and maybe this doesn't help much, but what you always want to do is you want to, when you're going through the checkout lines, look at the headlines on the newspaper or the tabloids or the magazines, and that'll give you some general good measurement of what's going on. This isn't a very good answer, but you know, like you'll see trends, and you'll be able to pick up on trends and what's happening based on what you see at the supermarket checkout lines. Now, Gene has actually asked a more pertinent question than that general answer, and I think he's really looking for hot insider tips on what's going on, what's shaking out there. You know, one thing that works and is always working and is getting hotter and hotter actually is the supplement market, okay? And we're not just talking about weight loss and stuff like that. We're also talking about stuff, you know, these supplements that supposedly increase memory or improve your eyesight or stuff like that. So, supplements are probably the hottest thing right now. They continue to grow. They're getting stronger and stronger. So any kind of supplement product is really where to go, and go on out there and make them an offer they can't refuse, you know? Supplements. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good. And I also have kind of a warm, fuzzy addendum to that, because, you know, that's my job, to be the warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
I think when you're looking to work on something that to make money online, is you really need to find something that you're interested in. Like, it's a lot of work building an online business, and if you don't give a dingleberry about
I think
what
you meant
you're
rat's ass.
selling, yeah,
You don't
rat's
give a
ass.
rat's ass. Yeah.
I'm trying to be polite.
I'm
If you
not.
don't give a rat's ass about what you're selling, it's going to be really hard to motivate yourself to go that extra mile, to take the time to do the work. So find something you're interested in. Find something that, doesn't bore you to tears. Because you want to have a bit of enthusiasm there, or else it's really not going to be successful. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I always say, you've got to love what you do because you've got to
That's
be
right.
passionate about what you do. And the only advice I really give anybody in addition to that, however, is don't fall in love with what you do because that can cause you to make bad decisions. It's a good question, Gene, and you introduced a topic, and I appreciate it. And Donna, did you have anything additional to add about that kind of stuff?
I realize we haven't given you a specific market, but we've certainly given
Well,
you.
I did. I gave him supplements.
Well, supplements, yeah, but it's like, God, like that sort of thing is not overly interesting to me, but maybe I'm more interested in sort of like what you were talking about in an expanded idea in terms of things that improve your memory, things that improve your internal health, things that improve your breathing, very specific things. Like you said, don't just look for the new weight loss product because, everybody's doing it and it's not very exciting.
Kudo, do you have anything to say in regard to that?
I think you really need to like what you do because the clients will ask a lot of questions about it and you should know. That's my point.
Right. Be passionate about what you do.
Yeah, but as you said, not so much. Don't fall in love with it because,
You have to make
you gotta
hard
sell it.
decisions. That's right. And you got to make hard decisions. So you always want to make sure that you like what you do, you love what you do, but don't ever fall in love with what you do because
That's
sometimes you have to make some hard decisions, right? Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got another new new
Excellent.
question that came in. And it is the elephant in the room.
What is that?
The question is from Joe.
Hmm?
No.
And he
No.
says, when and where can we get the update for Medusa?
And the answer to that, Donna, is...
Next question.
That got you all excited, didn't it? You thought we were going to wave a magic wand and boom, there's Medusa. No.
No, it's within a few days, though. It is within
Yes,
a few days.
absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why we are making sure that everything works so well here tonight. Because we want to make sure that when we do the Medusa live event, we don't have the embarrassing situations like we have here now, So we want to work the bugs out on Profit Party so that the Medusa Live web event goes smoothly. And as a case, I was on a call earlier and I explained that the Medusa Live web event was so hot, so incredibly hot, that
How hot was it?
we brought down the server.
That's right.
Yeah. So what we had to do, So what we had to do was we actually had to get a brand new server just to make sure we were good for things like the Medusa Live web event. Okay? So we're going to make an announcement within a few days. As I've alluded to, we haven't been very attentive on the Facebook side as much as I'd want to be, and that's for a variety of reasons. But one of the reasons for that is we've been working hard to sort of bring better stuff to you and bring you better service and be more interactive to you. So we've kind of been working behind the scenes on this mad love obsession of mine to make sure we can bring you high quality programming live and do it better than anybody else. Sorry, I told you I have a problem with the right side of my head. But anyway, to answer your question, it's a good question, and we will make an announcement in the next couple of days. And just thinking out loud, seeing as this is Profit Party and, you know, it's kind of casual, I'm kind of hoping that it's Monday. That's what I'm thinking.
Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like
Not sooner
Monday.
than that?
yeah. Pardon?
Not sooner than that? Because I know we're getting a lot of questions about that. So, but we want to do it right, so we're going to wait till
We
Monday.
want to do it right. I don't want to do anything half-assed and, you know, and end up with a mess. That would be worse.
But we're
Right.
gonna let everybody know at least 3 days before the event, right?
Yes. That's
So,
another
it's
reason
okay.
why I said Monday, because we don't want to, you know, just hit people and next thing you know, they're frightened with what happened. Right?
That's right.
Yeah. So,
And I've got another question in here. I'm not going to necessarily paste it, but it's from Brew, and he said something about getting the Medusa update out so that it works. I mean, Medusa does work.
who said that?
Somebody named Brew.
There's nobody named Brew.
Well, that's how the question came in.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that, I guess. So Medusa doesn't work?
Well, I assumed he's okay. So, well, he's moved on to another question. So,
Okay.
next question. Let's go
Yeah.
with from Waldo,
Waldo?
and the question is, where are we at with Excalibur and Vegas?
Right. Well, we're gonna give a free copy of Excalibur to everybody who got it on Medusa. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then where we are on Vegas is we want to make sure everybody is up to speed on Medusa, and then we're gonna probably introduce Vegas. I just don't want to rush everybody because we're still coming up to speed on Medusa. So Vegas is on the way. We're going to make sure that it's going to be the best it can be. And as far as Excalibur is concerned, as you're going to see that very shortly. And as I said, it's absolutely free. And I also keep my word, of course I do, and there's no point in even saying it, but I made a point on the Facebook page of saying for that absolute travesty that we had last week when we had a server failure, that I wanted to give everybody a free product as well, so we can be looking forward to that as well. Right?
Yes.
I don't know what
I have
that was.
another question from Brew,
Yes?
and it harkens back to SEO-matic.
Okay.
And his question is, how does SEO-matic work, and does it really work?
Okay, well, how SEO-matic works. SEO-matic works using a technology that we developed called off-site site mapping, okay? And it builds these things using again, a proprietary AI algorithm. And forgive me, the only reason why I'm speaking stilted is because of I'm also listening to my own voice as I'm speaking. It's highly distracting. But SEO Optimatic does work, and I'm wondering, is this Brew that asked this question?
Yes.
Is Brew a SEO Optimatic user right now? Because
I'm assuming he is.
okay. Well, yes, it does work, and it's historically, performance-wise, one of the coolest things we ever built. And it formed the foundation of other similar products we've since developed when we built on that technology. So yes, SEO Optimatic does work, and I haven't talked about SEO Optimatic in a long time. So when you ask me how it works, I used to be very good at explaining for 20 minutes. But the bottom line is we use a proprietary off-site site mapping technology that we use in conjunction with a backdoor force feed method that we discovered was a hole within the Google algorithm. Now, it's not a cheat per se, and it's not a hack or anything black hat, but we found a way that we could force feed these proprietary off-site site maps into Google, and Google would just go crazy over it. So that's how SEO Optimatic works. And again, forgive me for stuttering. It's because I'm hearing myself speak, so you're on a delay.
Eric News says in the shot box, hell yes, SEO Optimatic works.
I love that. You know, and thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've got another question.
Yes.
This question is from David, and he
Yes.
says, realizing that super local products are not good for Medusa, what general mass appeal products don't work well with Medusa? I don't really understand that question.
Okay. I think what David's getting at is super local is because you cannot individually configure a Medusa page like for dentists.
Oh, for like your local auto mechanic
Yeah,
or
you
something.
can't really like localize it.
yeah, yeah.
So David's question does make really good sense, and it's a really good point. The whole strategy that you want to do with Medusa, David, is there are a lot of these pay-per-call companies. You know, they're companies that will pay you per every time you make their phone light up, and it's a pay-per-call model, and they'll pay anywhere from $3 to $20 for a lead, and dentists and optometrists and chiropractors and all kinds of professionals and practitioners belong to these pay-per-call networks, okay? So one of the things that's confused people before is that some marketing guy would say, well, you get these leads and then you go find, you know, guys to sell them to and you dump them. Well, that sounds great, but it's really hard because now you got to chase people down and sell them something. The great thing about what I'm proposing with pay-per-call is you go into one of these pay-per-call networks, okay? Forgive my grammar. It's like bad. We got to fix this, but go into one of these pay-per-call networks, and you find professionals, practitioners, and services, which include local insurance agents, etc., who will pay for leads, and you just sign up with them, and it's basically like an affiliate program. So now you don't have to sell anybody anything, and you can promote services like a central 1-800 number, okay, system-wide using Medusa, and then you don't have to worry about the localization side of things. David, does that help? Like, I think that's kind of what you were asking, and maybe what we should do is probably on the Profit Power Hour, not Profit Party, but Profit Power Hour, which is another show, we could probably cover these PPC things, PPC pay-per-call things in depth and explain exactly how to do that. David, does that help? Or did you already know that? Fail or win? Did I fail?
If that helped, David, could you just say yes in the shout box so we know where we're doing here?
That was kind of rude.
No, I wasn't meant as rude.
Okay, well, remember this too, We are on as much a 2 minute delay, which is one of the other reasons why I'm stumbling over my words. So, David could be 30 seconds to a minute or so before he hears the full answer. Time is ticking.
David said perfect, and Professor said that's the best tip of the night.
Oh. Too kind.
I want to know who controls the claps.
Yes.
I want to meet this guy.
Yeah, really.
I want to be friends with it.
So we have any more questions?
I do. I have one regarding Prosperos and Excalibur. Prosperos
Awesome.
2.
I want a live caller.
I know.
It's more fun because then we can like tease them. Okay. Well, what do we want to know about Prosperos and Excalibur?
Well, Merlin was asking whether we're going to receive Prosperos 2 before Excalibur, or are we going to receive them both at the same time?
You're going to get Excalibur first because Prosperos is the internet marketing operating system. So it's quite a bit more sophisticated. So you're going to get Excalibur first. And guys, you are getting a free copy of Prosperos, which is so cool. And it's the newest version that is going to be light years ahead. If you saw the previous version of Prosperos, which was also cool, wasn't it, Donna?
It was awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to release Excalibur first. And I think we're going to do the Medusa Live web event, and I think we're going to see Excalibur in everybody's hands shortly thereafter. We're going to release it pretty soon, right after the Medusa Live web event.
Great.
Does that help?
I think that does. Just a follow-up from Bruce's question about SEO-Matic.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use it on our money sites over and over again? Or will it hurt it? This is the question.
Okay. No. That is the beauty of the technology that we've developed for SEO, is that we felt initially, like our design and development philosophy always was, the problem with these tools is that people end up, shooting themselves in the foot or shooting themselves in the head and ruining their business because they use these goofy tools. So what we wanted to do is develop software that made it fail-safe, and foolproof, forgive me, so that you could test and play and do all kinds of cool stuff without any fear of hurting yourself. And that's precisely why tools like SEO Optimatic are there. And this must sound really funny because I must sound goofy.
No, you sound very chill. That's all. That's it.
Is that what? Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm not like stoned. I'm just listening to myself with a millisecond delay. So when I start to say like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I'm screwed. You know. What do we got?
We've got another question from Brew.
Excellent. What do we got?
He's asking, what does Excalibur do?
What does Excalibur do? You're going to see precisely what Excalibur does. When we release it, you'll see. You'll like it. This is a pretty shitty answer, right?
Yeah. No offense.
Yeah, I know. Are we off the air?
No, you wish.
Okay. We got any more questions?
We do.
Somebody want to phone in with some fabulous craft recipe ideas?
I've got a follow-up question from David regarding paper call.
Cool.
All right. So David says here, for paper call, one of the CPA networks has a personal injury attorney offer that pays $120 per qualified lead. I applied, but have not been accepted yet. Any ideas on what to show them that will convince them to accept me to run their offer?
David. Yeah. That can be tricky. Did they phone you? That's what I want to know. They usually phone you. If they didn't phone you, there was something sketchy in the application. Hey, give me a minute. I just realized something. Did you try to do that through Commission Junction, through CJ? Was that the network you were going through? It's for you, Roy. That's what we want to know. Did you go through Commission Junction, CJ? Who's typing? I guess somebody has to type. That's what we do.
It's me. Yeah, sorry. I can
No
mute.
worries. No.
He
Good
says
way
no
out there.
phone call, and it's Max Bounty.
Okay. Max Bounty can be a little bit difficult to deal with because they got a little bit big for their britches and they kind of think they're Commission Junction now. You know what you want to do? Do you have an account manager with Max Bounty? You should. Did they give you one? Oh, and are you promoting anything else with Max Bounty? That's the other question.
Somebody else watching the show box there? David
Profit Party.
says no. David phoned them. Ozzy is giving him some advice. He's telling phone them.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going. Because you see, they're going to try to get you on the phone. And if they haven't phoned you, something stinks, okay? Like you've given them some kind of an alarm. Now, the bottom line is, David, what you're doing is you're trying to make some money and you're trying to make them some money, okay? So hear this the right way. There's nothing wrong with making yourself, Donna, could you mute yourself for just a sec, please? There's nothing wrong with making yourself, like blowing your own horn, if you know what I mean. Making yourself out to be exactly what they want you to be. So you're experienced, you've done this, you've done that. It's kind of like a job interview when you're 16, okay? So maybe you don't have any background, but because your intent is good and you're really not going to cost anybody any money and you're going to give it your best shot, I don't see any problem with telling them exactly what they want to hear. Follow? So, as Ozzy says, get them on the phone. That's what they do, and if they haven't phoned you, there's something about your application that is making them a little squeamish or saying, we got bigger fish to fry than David. Don't let them do that to you. Screw that. You could bring as much to the table as anybody else. Go after Max Bounty, get the deal, build the sites with Medusa, and teach them a lesson. And I can probably help you out more too. The bottom line is with these CPA companies, it's all about the seduction, and you need to seduce them. It's a bit of a different mentality. You need to sell them on you. And if you can sell them on you, then you get the hot offers. And it can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but perseverance pays off. And go at them. Do just as Ozzy said, get them on the phone. It's just that simple. I think they're in Vancouver. Now, I have my own reasons for saying that, but get them on the phone. Donna,
Yes.
what was that?
What was what?
Okay.
It was a small clown car just drove by.
Yeah. You still out
It's
there,
17
Guido?
clowns.
Guido?
I'm here, yes.
Okay. So what else have we got in the way of questions? Maybe Guido's got a question and he sees something happening that we can help somebody with. I don't know why we're not getting any calls. I like it when people call because it's fun and you know.
And we get to see if we have one more issue.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, that's right. We get to work some more bugs out. So
Come on, somebody in.
if you're out there, call
Just add-
in to win.
VIP web event on Skype and says hi, and somebody will call you. It's easy.
Yes. You'll
Yeah,
speak
I
to.
can be on the show.
All you have to do is reach out to VIP Web Event on the Skype line, and young Master Isaac to be will give you a call and patch you into the show, and we'll talk to you live, kind of. And
Yeah,
do some
I understand we
interactive
have
Q&A.
some new people here who didn't know how to get into the Skype,
Oh,
how
okay.
to call in live, and because somebody had asked a question in the console there. But I've
Okay.
put the instructions there on the live question right on the screen in front of you, right below, well, Guido's face or my face or Peter's face. Been asking
Yeah,
questions
just a minute,
here
just a
about
minute, just a
Medusa
minute.
and
Just a minute. While
Sorry.
I'm trying to bring something up, we lost audio. Yeah. Okay. Bear with us. Bear with us. We're gonna lose audio for just a minute. Okay. It's in there. Okay. Thank you for your patience with us there. I just wanted to update something, and unfortunately, we had to lose audio to do it. We should have audio. Are we still with good audio?
We have audio, yes.
We have audio, and we have
Yes,
instructions
everything's
on
okay.
how to get on Skype.
Yeah, but now we have our pictures again. Now we have the instructions and so on.
But we have audio.
Yes.
Okay, well that's all we care about. So that's how to talk to us.
Yeah, they can see, they can talk.
Yep.
Everything's working.
Yeah. So
okay, great. So we seem to be back. A little bit of a burp there.
what do you
That
mean?
was a good burp.
Okay, I'm getting some questions in the console here regarding something that you had mentioned on the previous call that you were on there, Peter.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Hello?
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry. Young Master Isaac to be was asking me a question. Somebody's. Okay. Okay. We just a moment. Donna, did you have somebody?
Oh, that's good. I just want to address a question that Greg has posted in a couple of spots here about the Medusa hack for going in and making some changes. We're not going to cover anything in that detail on this one. We're going to do that on the Medusa Power Hour, okay? So, because it's a bit too complex and it's not necessarily going to make a whole lot of sense unless we're guiding you through Medusa. So bear with us and join us for that Profit Power Hour Medusa edition, and we will cover what Peter was talking about in that previous call.
And right now we're thinking about doing that Monday night. We want to give everybody lots of advance notice, and young Master Isaac Tabi did not tell me who that was, but whoever wanted to call in, we'd love to take your call, but we're not going to talk about Medusa or sex.
That's right.
But we want to give everybody advance notice, and we will cover all of this stuff extensively on the special edition, the premiere show of the Mad Labs Profit Power Hour Medusa edition. And I don't care if we have to go for 4 or 5 hours. We're going to give you the best damn training anybody ever gave you for the best damn product anybody ever built, you know?
Okay, so for those of you who aren't necessarily watching the shout box, Ozzy had asked a question about how to get the phone numbers on your sites to be clickable, and Gudo actually posted a piece of HTML example code there.
HTML5 example.
Yeah.
We've got an
Great
example
stuff.
in the shout box. Is that we did that?
Yes, we do.
That's
we do.
very cool.
Yeah,
That's
paste
nice.
a piece of code, just an example that would really help and make it telephone clickable. Let's say.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course, you know, you just replaced the example phone number with whatever phone number you wanted to do. But yeah, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
Nice.
Super simple. Yeah, let me go back to the console now and see if we got another burning question out there. No. But
Oh,
why?
what's going on?
I don't have any new questions in the console. Is there nothing coming in through Skype? Whoever was wanting to come in?
Well, we had a caller, and I'm happy to take a caller, but the caller wanted to talk about Medusa, and no Medusa, no sex. But we will cover it extensively on Monday if it turns out that we're doing it Monday. And for my fellow Floridians here in the South Florida, Miami area, it's getting quite magical out there. So, you know, we end up kind of like this, or this, or this, or this. We know what happened to Petey. Okay. So, we got any more questions? On the Mad Labs Profit Party?
Jeff was...
Wow. Does anybody know we have
It's a
a
little
voicemail? Yeah.
Jeff asked, is there an update on SST I saw? Peter.
Is there an update on SST? No, not that I know of. Is there an update on SST? We talked about that. Is there something that people are
Then
looking
he
for
said
on SST?
and or Medusa. Maybe it's Medusa update that he's referring to.
Okay, well, I mean, we do have an update coming on Medusa, for Medusa as early as Monday.
That's right. I'm going to go back to the console, see if we got another question here. Well, isn't this interesting? Professor is asking us, are we ever going to do a Mastermind VIP event in Boca
Yeah?
where we all meet and greet?
Yeah, we're doing a meet and greet. Guess what? We have a caller.
No.
Great.
Yes. And it's an important question. It's especially related. Donna, I want you to pull up your cocktail expertise because we have a caller coming in
Awesome.
who would like to talk booze.
You'd like to talk booze?
Yeah, this is the Mad Labs Profit Party.
Please introduce our caller, Peter.
He's here now. We have Dr. Greg on the line. I think.
Hey, Greg, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us on.
Hey.
I was just mixing it up, seeing as we can't talk about two things tonight. I figured I would ask Peter, what's the secret to a perfect Bombay Sapphire Martini?
Wow.
Well,
That's a great
why
question.
I gave Donna the heads up, because you know, Greg, I just like sit behind the 7-Eleven drinking Four Locos. So, but
That's true.
Yes, I have to admit I have done some bartending in my life. That's for sure.
Yep. Now, of
And,
course, I would say that Bombay. What is the secret? I don't know. I mean, I know what
Well,
Bombay gin is.
Bombay Sapphire Gin is excellent gin.
It's actually the gin that you told me to drink before I stopped drinking gin, because well,
Yeah, well, it's good gin. It's good
It
gin.
is,
I mean, there's
it
so
is.
many different kinds of gin. I mean, it all depends on what you like. I mean, like there's cucumber
okay,
gins and
yeah.
all
yeah.
sorts
But,
of things.
but
But to
Greg's
me,
out there, Donna. And what is the secret?
to me, the secret of the perfect Bombay Sapphire Martini is very, very, very light on the vermouth. Like just a breath of vermouth.
Greg.
And really,
Yeah, okay.
really
okay.
wonderful olives, like nice big ones.
All right. And you're good with that? You're going to go with that?
Are you trying that now, Greg?
Just a moment. No, just a moment, because I think this is going somewhere. Are you good with that, Donna?
I am, because
That
you know
is your
I have
final
actually
answer?
used a spray bottle with vermouth. You know, like you can get vermouth in a tiny little spritzer, and you just spritz the inside of the shaker or the inside
Really?
of the glass.
Wow, that's
Yes. So we're talking a breath of vermouth.
right. Okay.
Personally,
so,
I can't stand gin, so I don't care.
Okay, well, just a minute. Okay, now, obviously, Greg's leading us somewhere with this. So,
It says
What
there's no
is-
sound.
Greg says there's no sound?
No, I heard.
Ozzy says there's no sound in the shout box.
I don't think that's correct. Is it? Anybody else lose sound?
I can hear everything on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff also said no sound.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Young Master.
Oh, Eric
Isaac to
Eric
be-
says the sound is fine.
Yeah.
The sound is
Young
good.
Does
Master
Roy.
Isaac to be
Okay,
is-
so it must be an issue on their end.
Okay. So with that in mind, okay, now
Let's go back.
we've
Yes.
done that, okay, and you gave the answer, and I know that Greg's got the definitive answer for us to the scintillating question. What, Donna? What was Greg's question?
What is the
Perfect.
secret to the perfect Bombay Sapphire Martini?
Ready? Let's find out. What is it?
I was just coming up with the question, not the answer, but I would say you have to have the perfectly chilled glass for sure.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
There you go.
Absolutely right. And you know, in a very busy bar, if you can't have a whole rack of glasses in a cooler chilling, you just throw some ice in that glass while you're mixing up your martini, and then dump it out. Of course, give it a good shake so you don't water down your gin.
Exactly. Who would
Then
want
pour
that?
it in, because that ice will cool that glass very quickly.
No, I know, and that's actually why I always carry my own ice with me. You know?
Is that so?
When I'm calling you.
Yeah. That's the real reason. What else is happening out there, Greg? We got possible hurricanes coming in.
Are you serious? Do you have storms coming?
Yeah, but we don't care. We don't care. We're like this. We don't care.
So you're having a pre-hurricane profit party.
That's right. And then we're just gonna all bail out into the canal if it gets hot and heavy here.
Well, if you're in a boat, it doesn't matter how high the water rises, right?
Yeah, because you're dead anyway. Yeah. No, we're just waiting for a boat to come blowing through the glass here behind us in at Mad Labs, but
That stuff makes great viral videos.
it really does. I'll capitalize on that. But so what else is happening? What can we help you with? It's not about Medusa and it's not about sex.
Okay, I've got sort of one question with a couple of parts here from Jeff. He's asking, he's been traveling, so he wasn't in the Prophet Party last week,
Right,
where
which
we
was
talked
this as
about
well,
updates.
because it was terrible.
So
Okay.
he's asking about updates regarding SST, Prosperos, and DAM.
Well, we have updates coming for Prosperos, right? We discussed that.
Yes,
Um,
but I think he was late joining the call. That's
okay. Oh, my apologies. Okay. And as far as DAM is concerned, we have something very exciting happening with Vegas. And Vegas incorporates the Rule the Planet technology. And we have that coming. And then there were those other questions. In just a moment, I'm just popping over with young Master Isaac to be, who has a small fire on the desktop. So you handle that. Prosperos, we know we've got a new version coming. And as far as updates to SST are concerned, we've made some developments on the back end with SST, but we have no plans to introduce a major upgrade at this time. And Guido, do you have anything to offer on these continuing R&D projects? I know that obviously we have a Medusa update coming up on Monday.
My time?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Is it, no, it's all good, Peter. I think we are focusing now on Medusa to get the update going, everything going correctly.
Yeah.
And not burn any server this time. We spent some time on that too, to have a pretty good server to get the people in.
Yeah.
And I don't believe we're doing any SST update so soon. I think so. No,
Yeah,
not that-
SST is kind of a unique animal. Now, just wanted to, young Master Isaac to be was just telling me that Greg is still with us. So if there's something that you'd like to talk to us or share with everybody out there, Greg, you're still with us, and we don't want to isolate you by blathering on about other things if you're there.
I'm still here. I'm just helping you test the load here on your servers and your Skype.
Is that what it is? So why don't you have a few friends over and get some pizza? Get everybody on there.
People, can you pile into the Skype chat one at a time?
No, we can bring in more people. If anybody wants to get in on the obvious fun, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Right.
Now, before we had a question from the professor about the Boca Mastermind VIP event, and if we were ever going to have a meet and greet. And we never did answer it because we ran into a bit of a technical burp there.
Is that when I cut away to the drone cram and we had that lady screaming?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah,
But
what's
we
after
didn't
that?
actually answer the poor professor's question.
I'm sorry. Are we gonna do a Meet the Mad Labs gang where we all show up like from like an episode of the Banana Splits in funny suits and
In a
Shake
small,
everybody.
tiny car.
In the little cars, exactly.
yeah, and little cars. yeah.
There's the horn from the car.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. But I don't know how we do that.
Oh,
We
We're
have to wear
thinking
the costume?
Vegas, right?
We did talk
People seem
about
to wanna
doing
come to Boca.
we did talk about doing something in Vegas, and I think that we will. There's just a couple other things that we want to handle first, but we did discuss doing a Mad Labs VIP event in Vegas, which I think is cool. What does everybody think about that? What do you think about that, Greg?
I think that would be an absolutely fabulous idea.
It could be fun.
There's a lot of good stuff to do there. That's for sure. In your spare time and all your free time.
It's absolutely true. And then we could cover a lot of things that are, and we can show people things that are sort of difficult to do sometimes remotely, and we can all get together and share stories about what works and our different experiences in testing things and what our frustrations are, and then we can all get those, those sticks with those big marshmallow things on the end of them and hit each other and do a gestalt thing, and we could do that.
Everybody wears a sticker on the chest, with his name on.
Yeah, and it says something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, we're gonna put the wrong name on everybody.
Totally. It
Just
is
to have
Mad
fun.
Labs. It's just our way.
Jeff said he just left Vegas, so he will. I think he would probably go back if we have a party there, wouldn't you, Jeff? Rice said something new, Peter.
What was that?
About Vegas? What do you think he said?
Excellent. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Where's Sean?
Professor said, cool as long as we don't have to stay in Vegas.
You mean like
I don't know
forever?
what he means by that, but I don't
Wait
know.
a minute now. What is it? Wait a minute.
We can stay there for a while.
So I have a question
I
from
don't
Jeff.
think you have to stay there forever. Really? Jeff? Yes.
Yes, the question from Jeff is, so is Vegas the new dam?
Vegas is Vegas is not the new dam, because dam is dam. Vegas is its own unique product that and solution that addresses things like building sites in worldwide markets, and it's multilingual, which is also significantly different than DAM, because of the opportunities in the European and former, this is so old school, but former Eastern Bloc countries. The Vegas solution will allow you to build worldwide, everything but I think Asia. And so, is it the new dam? No, it's Vegas. Is it similar to dam? It fills some things that dam could do, but it's not the new dam. Dam is dam.
It's Vegas, baby.
It's Vegas, baby. That's right, Greg. Damn it. You died.
So does anybody have any more questions about, sort of internet marketing or things like David was asking about how do we get what we need out of people like Max Bounty, etc.?
Or questions like Greg's question about drinks?
Yeah, or
I like
or
Greg's
another
question.
question about a drink recipe.
I
I'm open to
appreciate that you phoned in too, Greg, because everybody else is just sitting at home getting drunk, listening to this stuff.
Oh, there's Carlos that just got in his first party.
Why, yeah, this is Carlos' first profit party.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He said, cool music, awesome party.
Excellent. Thank you, Carlos, and we're so happy you're here. That's excellent. Roy, excellent.
Hey, Peter, I have a really tough question.
What's that?
Compared to, say, a year ago, or maybe even stretching back 2 years ago, what is something that you see that's changed in the online internet marketing landscape? What's actually significantly changed?
Wow, that's a deep question. the past 2 years.
Like
I
I was just
think-
thinking about it, just looking
Yeah.
at going, we have these technology solutions and that, but at the core of everything that's really going on, what's really changed?
Well,
There's a lot of things that changed on mobile, right? In the last 2
yeah,
years.
but I mean, I think one of the things that has changed is the level of expectation in the marketplace. Is if we look at 2 years ago, people were in internet marketing. We're selling maybe some we call it courseware. We're selling a PDF or something like this, and they were selling it for 97. Donna, could you stop talking? Just typing for a minute. They were selling it maybe for $97 or $197 or something. It was very high priced. And I think the expectation level in the marketplace has changed, where I don't think you can do that quite as easily as you once could, that you better really deliver. And that's also related to another thing, is that we have a bit of a renaissance in that people who traditionally are not what we call marketers are entering the internet marketing or marketing arena. So we have a lot of, I hate this word, but we have a lot of newbies, And I think that's changed because I think for several years, and Greg, you could tell me if I'm right or wrong, but it's because it's just my observation. For several years, we're sort of a hardcore, close-knit group. And now it's much more fractionalized, and I think that there are a lot more newcomers. And the other thing that's really changed is it used to be the realm of marketing in general was kind of an old boys network, and that's certainly the way it started online. But now we've got like kids that are like 16 and 17 that are out there promoting stuff, and in some cases, for themselves, certainly, they're making it happen. Speaking very openly, it does concern me because they don't have the background or experience, and it could create a bad effect for everyone when you have kids that are 17, 18 years old, who suddenly consider themselves expert copywriters, etc., if you follow. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these are the kinds of things that have changed, is the landscape has changed. What are your feelings on that, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some changes in even the types of events that we used to have a decade ago and 5 years ago, and I see the number of events and the types of events have reduced. And yes, it was a very small, tight circle back 10 years ago. Now, I think that's true. One of the things you're saying is a younger crowd is getting in, so that's important, I think, for us to even think of, as myself being an older marketer. What I would say is looking at that entry of younger people and what markets they're into. There's a lot of market opportunities that weren't really looked at in the past. Everybody was looking at more what was appropriate for the middle-aged couple, the sports enthusiast, the whatever, but not looking at that teens and 20s young group.
Right.
Other than gaming.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting, and it kind of in some sense it kind of concerns me, only because I've been approached by marketers that were fairly new. Because I don't want to say young. That sounds terrible, but because let's face it, the young have transformed the internet. We look at Facebook, etc. But in terms of innovations, but the new, I've been approached by these kids, I'll say, and they kind of scared the shit out of me because they have a hit it once, hit it hard. We're not really building a business. We're trying to buy that Ferrari mentality, and it does everybody a disservice, including the customers, obviously. This kind of, more balls and brains, and it, from a business standpoint, it concerns me because a lot of relationships are being built that I think are a little bit shaky because they're so carefree. I don't know whether that's the right word.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. It is of concern, and I think that's one of the beauties of helping people build real businesses with real tools is showing them another way is really important. So
exactly, like one of the things that concerns me with this stuff is that it adds to the clutter. It creates more noise. Is that now we have a whole bunch of other people shouting who may not be necessarily building on a background or wealth of wisdom. They're just kind of winging it, and this concerns me because I can't really go into it right now, but I'm thinking of a couple particular examples where I've been approached to do certain things, and it's just like, no, I'm not going there because it's a cash grab, and I see a lot of cash grabbing happening, and that concerns me. Nobody's really building business. They're just kind of fleecing people and then jumping all over the map. It's kind of like the marketplace is glutted with people who say things like, I heard there's a lot of money in internet marketing, and there is, but deliver something of value and don't just come in and fleece everybody and then skip town. And I see a lot of that happening, and it concerns me. More so than it used to be, because these old dogs used to like to build their business long term, and so they just they scammed people slowly over time as opposed to just killing them immediately.
Well, I don't know. I saw a lot of quick deaths even a decade ago too.
Well, it's true, but you know what I mean. I just see stuff that's just like, I don't know. I can't go into it because I would maybe start naming names, and we can't do that.
Most of the products that are being sold in the IM space we know are just crap. So
they're pieces of shit. Yeah.
It's incomplete, and even if it was complete, it wouldn't work for 1 in 100 people. So
yeah, and it's kind of, if it does work, it'll work for 3 days till it gets caught out. I guess that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of sleight of hand and a lot of silly tricks, and we just don't do that. We don't do that whole, we found some loophole and it seemed to work for me and it'll work for you and maybe, and I can't really go into it because I would really go on a diatribe about this, but it's a really good question, and we should cover it in depth sometime, but we should all be drunk because I don't want anyone to remember what I said. Yeah. But I have my opinions.
So I have another funny question for you, seeing as you're in the mood, Peter.
Am I in the mood? Sure.
Seeing as you're in the mood.
Right, obviously.
Do you think that directory sites still get ranked? That's a loaded question, of course.
Yeah, it is a loaded question. I mean, like, where we build a portal, and here's where you get this, and here's where you get that. Is that what
No,
you
I'm
mean
being
exactly?
more facetious. Like
I
Medusa,
yes, I know.
Vegas,
I know.
Yelp,
I know, I got it.
YP.com.
I got it. Yeah, of course. I mean, with that kind of the structure of a site like Medusa is always going to work because it just replicates the nature of the web. Is you're creating more web and you're creating bulk web. I would, I bit hook, line, and sinker because I figured, well, I'll answer this straight and I'm gonna look at this as a those crappy old directory sites people used to build still actually could work. That's the funny thing about SEO, I know that your question was facetious, but it's amazing how much old is new again. I mean, speaking really openly, and for God's sakes, don't do this, but like the old days when people would say, well, you don't put black text on a black page and you don't put white text on a white page. Guess what? You can do that in 2015 and trick the search engines. They haven't fixed anything. So all that old crap is actually, the more Google has refined their algorithm, the more vulnerable it has become because they've run out of high-tech things to do. So now you can come in like a gorilla, okay? Not the monkey variety, but a fighter variety, and you can take them down because they figured everybody thinks black on black doesn't work anymore, so they're not looking for it. Seriously, don't do it. Well, do it, but if it doesn't work, it's your fault. But it can work. All of those old tricks still work. So you asked a facetious question, and I appreciate it. It was funny, and I get it. But it led us to something that's pretty interesting, and that is that don't overthink this stuff. You can do it, and the search engines are not that smart. And I think it's fun to game them and teach them a lesson and win. And you can do it. And Roy, you like fishing, and this is fishing. So try different bait, get lots of lures in the lake, and you'll win.
Yeah, and I think it's great too because it's sort of, I don't know, as I think about this full circle, I realize that one of the ways I was successful with my SEO from years ago was that I did perfect on-page SEO, and what's really changed in on-page SEO is really nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You're right, because there's only so much.
And my shit that I've written 7 years ago is still getting ranked, and I haven't even updated some of the sites.
Absolutely, I believe that. I totally believe that. In fact, I know for a fact that you can go in right now and do a lot of the things that would trick a search engine like Alta Vista, forgive me. You can fool Google with those same tricks now. And should you use tricks? Why not? Should you build your business based on tricks? No, but take advantage of everything out there. There is no black hat or white hat. It's just about making money, being successful, and ranking at the top. So try stuff. And the cool thing about tools like Automati and all these different things that we've developed is it does allow you to throw this stuff against the wall, and see what sticks, right? So
yeah, it's really rather remarkable because, of course, I come from the old days and how difficult it was to build small sites, let alone mobile responsive sites.
Right.
And to be able to crank out such powerful sites in such a short period of time was pretty freaking awesome.
It's so cool. Thank you. It is really cool that, we were on the Automati call earlier, and when Andrew said that he built out 198,000 pages with Medusa, and I know we're not supposed to talk about Medusa, but And he just did it casually, kind of like he was making a sandwich. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
And he doesn't have a background in anything
Yeah,
either.
he said that he was struggling with WordPress, I think. So it's just like great. That's great. Really good stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. Makes me jealous though sometimes seeing the newbies coming in and having it so easy.
Yeah, I hear you. Donna, what's happening in Toronto?
Well, you know, same old, same old. It's cold, it's dark, it's Canada.
Right? How the moose.
That's right.
It's cold. It's
I
dark
do
in
have a
Canada.
question from Jeff, though.
Just a moment. I just need to give you a bit of a Canadian moment.
Ah, yes, Dudley did right.
Everybody loves Dudley Do Right. Okay, you've got something from Jeff?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
He's asked a question here about do you have any plans that would target YouTube on the first page of Google Tech coming?
Do we have any plans to develop any products or release any products to take advantage of what's happening in the realm of Google Tech?
Yes.
Yes,
YouTube
we
on
do.
Google Tech.
Yes,
Yes.
we do, and stay tuned because we got lots of cool stuff happening in that area, and in fact, Roy got us intrigued on how we could help people capitalize on this latest ABC nonsense. So, Jeff, the answer is yes. Definitive yes. We have lots of really cool stuff in the pipeline coming, and that is one of the reasons why we've been so silent is that we've been working diligently to put together the infrastructure and build this company so that we can bring you the coolest, most cutting-edge stuff possible and do it faster, better, leaner, and meaner than anybody else. So, yes. Success. Guido, how you doing? We lost Guido? This will bring him back.
Sorry, I'm here. Hey, I'm here.
Hey.
I heard it. We're trying to bring somebody in, as expected.
We're
and
bringing somebody in?
We're trying to bring our happiness itself.
Oh, we've got the host of Happiness?
He showed up. We were trying to fix his internet connection so he can be here
That's
for a while.
comforting. It's a high-tech company.
Oh, and I thought he had a warrant.
Where is that host of Happiness? Got his theme going.
You can ask the... Oh, he's coming.
Everybody in the shout
Thank you,
box.
Isaac.
Would you please shout Sean just so he would get his ass in gear and stop fighting bears and get on the call? Where
Let's
is
see.
the host of Happiness?
Sean, are you out there?
The host of Happiness. Oh, I'm out here.
The host of
Sorry for the
Happiness
delay.
is here.
Hey!
There
Host
you go.
of Happiness in the house.
There you go.
He's here.
Right in time.
How's everyone doing tonight?
There he is.
I didn't miss anything.
What? You haven't, well, you
I didn't miss anything. I'm
You've
here
missed
just in
everything.
time.
You've missed everything. You've missed everything. You know that.
How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing great. Say hello to Dawn in Toronto. Greg is on the line with us. Say hello to Greg.
Hey, Sean.
Hello, Greg. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing
How is it
wonderful.
going?
Donna, you up there?
Oh,
Say
nice
hello
to
to
hear that,
Sean.
Greg.
I think we got it.
Sorry. I was muted. Sorry,
Do we have
because I
major
know my
delay?
typing makes you crazy.
Have we got major delay with Sean's connection? Yeah, we're trying to tune him in right now.
Oh, I can hear fine.
You can hear fine? What device are you on right now? The
I hear fine.
Minnie Mouse child's phone?
I'm on the laptop, actually.
Really? All
Well,
right.
Sean, your father and I were very worried. We were wondering what had happened to you. All those fires.
I didn't burn up. Not this time. I'm better
Oh,
than
that's
that.
good.
Who's his father?
That's you.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Dad,
right.
you're my
Yeah.
dad. You know that.
I know that, and this is how I feel about it.
That's what the kids make you do.
Yeah. Well, so how you doing there, Sonny boy? Host of happiness.
Doing wonderful. Just enjoying this beautiful weather. All the smoke.
That's great. Everything's on fire out there.
Where are the
Oh,
fires
everything's
at?
on fire.
John's in
Montana.
Montana.
Sean is calling us from the heartland
look
in the
at the
deep,
map of
dark depths
Montana-
of magical Montana.
Oh, if you look at Montana on the map, and then circle the state of Montana, that's where the fires are at right now.
And
Whoa.
you're standing in the middle, right?
Clearly,
dead
Smokey's
center
not doing
middle.
his job.
No,
What's
I'm in
that?
the Smoky Mountains now.
Yeah.
Literally.
I live in the Smoky Mountains now.
Oh. So what do you got to say to everybody who's joining us here on the Prophet Party tonight? Sean, they've been waiting for you patiently. We've been going, Sean, Sean, Sean. What do you got to say?
Oh, I just gotta say, I love all you guys, and I'm so sorry that I'm late. I had this feeling in my heart that someone's chanting my name far, far away. So I hurried back as fast as I could,
That feeling.
and I'm
that
glad I
feeling,
made it just in time.
It was exclusively in your heart, or
There was other places too, but
good. All right.
Right said
where's
welcome,
Guido
Sean.
on this call?
I'm here listening to you. I
There
love
he
to hear
is. There he is.
On the Mad
I'd like
Labs
to have you
Prophet
here.
Party
Oh.
from beautiful Boca Raton and parts unknown.
I was getting really sad that you weren't here. And Eric Neal just said Sean on the shout box. Roy Wingate said welcome, Sean. So now you can feel welcome.
Roy, Eric, thank you guys so much. I only stopped by for Roy and Eric, actually. My true fans. The loves of my life.
Oh, Sean, that's just kind of sad. No offense to Roy and Eric.
Alright, honestly, the truth is, if I didn't stop by, my dad would ground me. So,
That's right.
I can't have Peter mad at me.
That's right. I've got a question that's just come in from Jocelyn. Jocelyn has just joined us.
Jocelyn?
Yeah.
Nice. She said she couldn't come. Nice that she came.
Well, she's here now.
That's great.
And her question is, maybe this question's already been asked, but I've just tuned in what situations is it best to use inline, and what is better to use popover when regarding Medusa? Now, I know we're not really talking about Medusa, but I think this is a fairly simple question to answer.
Poppers kind of sounds like sex.
If we answer simple questions about Medusa, I'll have simple questions about sex.
Well, that's not too terrible. I don't know. It's up to Peter.
Kind of sounds like sex too. So
Now we're getting off topic.
Peter, what we do here? Come back, Peter. We lost Peter on the music, I think.
No, I'm here. I had a bit of an incident.
Another one?
Yeah. So we've got Donna in Toronto. We've got Guido in Florianopolis, Brazil, the world's longest commute. We've got the host of happiness, Mr. Sean Pryor, deep in the dark depths of magical Montana, our Mad Lab's very own host of happiness. And we got Dr. Greg hanging around on the line, asking questions and swapping drinks. And We've got everybody else up there, and it's out there, and it's 11:44 Eastern. And does somebody have a question?
Yes, Jocelyn had a question about inline versus popover in Medusa.
All right, Donna. Oh, but we're not supposed to talk about Medusa, and we're not supposed to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Right. So, what are we going to do about that, Donna?
Well, I think we can answer this question. Seeing so poor
You know what?
Jocelyn.
Well,
Just
the other
got-
thing too is it's Jocelyn,
That's right.
and she gets angry. Yeah. So why don't we answer that question, Donna?
Yes. So, well, geez. Popover. Let's see. Popover versus inline. I think that if you have a lot of content, or it depends on the offer page you're going to want to use. I mean, if your offer page is something very simple and you're just looking to gather lead gen information, like if you just want people to sign up for for things or to download an ebook or whatever, I think Popover is probably the best route to go. Inline, that's if you have an offer site that is a little bit more complicated, has more content in terms of like if it's an actual product that you're selling, then I would go for inline. Or
Donna.
Yes?
You know, the way I would go, Jocelyn, the way to go always, everybody, unless you're doing something very sophisticated and very unique, and we're going to have to explore that on the Medusa Live event. But unless you're doing something very sneaky and clever, the way to go is Popover. Always.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Because it's so clean. Is it Google or the other search engines? They're just going to pick up your on-page SEO that Medusa does automatically, and then you can throw any offer you want in their face, you know, and it's safe, and Google can't read it. And then the magic happens.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I can't argue with that.
So I'd really say this is the Mad Labs profit party. It's informal, it's casual, and if I can use the expression, it's a kind of shoot the shit kind of environment that we're trying to foster here, where we don't hedge or BS anybody. If we were all sitting together in a bar, which is really what we're doing, I'd say go Popover all the way, okay? Like, as your friend, we're all in business here, use a Popover. It's the best thing, and that's what I'd be doing, really.
Peter,
How's
I have
that
a
for
question
honesty?
on that.
Sure, yeah.
With the popovers, can that clickable image be a HTML number instead of a website URL? As in a click-to-call number HTML?
Yeah, you could do that. You could do Guido.
I think so, yes, no
Yeah,
problem.
would you do that with jQuery, or you do it with JavaScript, right?
Yeah, it's Java, it's a link. You can put a different link to be a number, it's not a
Yeah,
problem.
just put a JavaScript, and that could do a click to call. Yeah, that's great, right?
If somebody has a problem with that, call me on Facebook, PM me, I don't know. We'll
Is
look
that-
at it.
That's actually something that we could. That's something that we could.
And I was
add
even
very
thinking,
easily.
like, because normally if you just had the image, you can put the HTML in there for a click to call. If you could put that right in the offer box, or if below the offer box, if you did that instead of the offer URL.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Yes, and there's probably some way that we could come up with to help everybody. Could we give that away as a special surprise treat, Guido, on the Medusa Live event?
Give what away? Sorry, it's really bad connection here. I don't know what's
I'm
happening.
sorry. We're gonna give away the exact way. We're gonna give away a code snippet on how to do click to call on the popover offer. We could do that.
Sounds like a plan. It's okay. Deal.
We're going to give that away on the Medusa live event to everybody who joins us. What do you think about
Okay, now
that?
enough of Medusa questions.
Yeah.
We had that rule.
Sean, are
No
you out
Medusa.
there?
Oh, I'm out here, but we're not supposed to talk about Medusa or
Well,
sex, so I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell
I
I'm
know.
supposed
I don't
to
know
do.
where that leaves you.
But I'm here, and I am paying very much of my attention to you guys. Almost all of it, actually.
Well, why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Peter Jocelyn had another question here on
What
the
was
shop
that?
box. She said, okay, I'm going to bring the backup in the Medusa party. For this party, then I'll ask this. Do you recommend certain niches as working better for them versus Medusa?
Are there niches that work better in Medusa than Damn? Yeah. Probably because of the way the popover works, is that you have a lot more flexibility. Damn is more of a local services, I would think, this is sort of the way it is. So Medusa allows you to really promote anything because of the popover. And as I already said over drinks, I wouldn't go with anything else other than the popover. And the great liberation of using Medusa is it allows you to put any kind of crap you want on that popover. Does that help answer your question? It's a bit of a tricky question because it's like, it's one of those relative things. Kind of like, as I've said before, how long is a piece of string? It's a very tricky question. But, Medusa, in my opinion, because of the popover and the way the popover works, and then if we bring in the click to call thing that Greg suggested, which I think is pretty cool, then you got a much more powerful, more flexible system. And how's that for honesty?
I think we also, Peter, I think you agree on the inline offer. We also have a lot of options to use there, as it's.
Well,
yeah, we can put a lot of stuff on the inline. I agree it's not as clean as the popover, but if you need some high-tech stuff on the offer page, inline would be more suitable, I think.
You're absolutely right. I was just coming from the standpoint of like getting her done, like let's say we were sitting around tonight and we said we wanted to launch something and make some money in the next couple of weeks, kind of thing. What would we do? I would just go with a popover. Just keep it simple, stupid, The inline thing is so cool. I mean, you can do so many cool things, but it's beyond the scope of the average user who just wants to make some cash, whether it's from an affiliate program or whatever. I would use the inline frame stuff if I were promoting something really competitive and kind of sketchy, like payday loans would be, you could do some pretty funky stuff because the inline frame thing allows you to do some really custom work on both the code and the sales side. But I'm just talking about for ease of rollout, keeping it simple, and not sweating the big stuff. The popover's better, That's all. That's the only way I meant it.
Agreed, 100%.
Would you say then that popovers are really good for sort of churn and burn sites? Quick, down and dirty.
Yes.
Okay.
And also long term, but churn and burn certainly.
Sure, if you want to do an experiment, I mean, for sure, popover is probably the easiest, just because there's a lot less work involved. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have complete control over the look, and Google, it's just gonna you can't get harmed, you know, because now I will tell you this though, person to person, please don't use this stuff to do bait and switch. I mean, again, it's Profit Party. We're going to speak openly. If you use Medusa to promote, let's say, vacations in Hawaii, and then you have some kind of cam sex pop-ups, I would be unhappy with you. I would consider you to be unscrupulous and abusing my baby, you know? I don't do that because it's not fair to people and it ruins the internet. It just does. And it's be a responsible citizen, you know? But the cool thing about Medusa is that you could do things that are very creative. One example might be sort of bad, but you know, if people are looking for toaster ovens, and then you bring up other kitchen supplies in the pop-up that's more lucrative for you than, let's say, a toaster oven, you know what I'm saying, is that you build the site around a theme, and the beauty of the popover is it doesn't have to match your content exactly. It can just be thematic, right? So that's my thought there. It's a good question, Jocelyn, and we could really bat that kind of thing around for a long time, and that's what I like about the Profit Party, is that we can just, anything goes. It's a good question.
When I'm calling you.
What else is going on out there? Obviously that.
Roy Wingate just added a little note to what we were talking about in terms of the popover. He said that the popover can have a really generic universal appeal, and he can target several closely related niches for the same money page. So I think that's a really good point.
That is a really good point, and you said that so much more succinctly than I did. Roy, that's great. You bang on. Good for you. Okay, we're coming up to 11:57 Eastern Standard Time in beautiful Boca Raton and parts unknown. Do we have any other questions? We can wrap up this Profit Party tonight. I do appreciate everybody coming.
There seems to be a question from Jeff in the shout box here.
I'm going to take it.
It says, what about indexing, getting the sites to index?
How can we expedite that?
Yes, I believe that's his question, yes.
I think we're going to... Okay, number one, we've got a variety of different tools out there that do that already from Mad Labs, but I think you're going to get the answer to that question earlier. What does Excalibur do?
Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you, we were all born to be alive, weren't we?
Well, according to Patrick Hernandez, yes.
You know it. Just like that.
So is
Okay.
that our code saying that we're going to be wrapping up soon?
Well, it's 11:58, and I have no problem, but some of our fine VIPs actually have lives. So
Well, certainly, then maybe we should just put out a call for any more questions. If you have a burning question, let's get it out there now. And
Appreciate all the time and all the effort you guys put into this.
hey, Greg, we really appreciate that you joined us tonight, and we're hoping that, you know, others will take the initiative as you did and get on the VIP web event Skype line. Appreciate all your questions tonight and your enthusiasm and support always. And I think it'd be fun if you popped in on a regular basis. And we're going to do Profit Party every week. We haven't nailed down the time for sure yet. We're thinking that it's Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We did tonight's show because we wanted to get some things out of the way before the Medusa live web event. But Greg, I certainly appreciate your questions, and I loved the Bombay Sapphire question because that's right on theme.
Right. So, and just a note of clarification from Jocelyn here. She says, so the popover is an image, so you're saying the popover is good because it's a pre-sell.
Yes. Can be. Yes. Is that a good answer?
I think that answers her question, yeah.
Do we have any other questions? Sean.
Where is Sean?
Where's Sean going?
Oh yes, I'm here.
How you doing?
It's Sean.
I'm doing great. I was just waiting on the sex questions to be given out.
Oh, we're doing that. We're doing that a little later.
Yeah, it's another.
But I think that's the other
event.
call.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
the other
next
call. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that on the other.
That's the
show.
one I won't be late for.
Yeah, I know, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Actually, and as Donna mentioned on the last shitty program we did, Donna has a little radio show coming, a Mad Labs radio show, and we're going to be expanding so that we can reach out and interact with everybody as much as possible. As I said earlier,
Excited. So excited.
yeah. Well, you know,
Well, that
everybody
sounds
is,
awesome.
doesn't it? But
I just wanted to thank everyone for actually being here tonight.
that's the most important
Which is
part,
ironic.
actually.
Which is
What that Sean didn't show up.
That's right.
I want to thank Sean to show
I
up.
mean, for the little time I was here, that they stuck around even though I wasn't here, and they knew that.
Well, the
That's
thing
true.
Is
That's true.
Sean, you're wonderful because you know more than anybody, and you truly believe it that VIP does mean very important people, and everybody who joined us tonight and those deadbeats that didn't show up are still VIPs. But we really appreciate.
We're keeping them.
We'll keep them. But we appreciate the enthusiasm and the support that we get from everybody and the excitement. And you have my absolute assurance that, you know, I've said internally that we've sucked lately on the social media front. And it's only because we've been working hard in the lab. It's not because we didn't care, because we care very much. We're going to change that, and we're taking steps to make sure that we interact with you more, that we give you more, we give you the most we can give you, because you guys truly are the best, and you deserve the very best. And I just want you to know we appreciate you very much, very much.
Yeah, we really do.
And so with that, from beautiful Boca Raton and parts unknown, Miss Donna up in Toronto, Canada, if you wanted to say goodnight to everybody, and Guido in Florianopolis, Brazil, on hiatus from beautiful Boca Raton, the world's longest commute, Mr. Sean Pryor, deep in the heartland of deep dark depths of magical Montana. And of course, the young Master Isaac to be, who's manning the lab here, and Dr. Greg and everybody who joined us tonight. I truly appreciate it. And so with that, we'll bid you a fond good night and be the best you can be. Thank you for being on the Mad Labs Profit Party. And I hope you had as much fun and learned as much from this as we did. And we're looking forward to seeing you again, and watch for updates about this Medusa live event. And at that point, I'm shutting it up, leaving it to everybody else to say good night and thank you. And there's my drink. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you all so much.
I wouldn't wanna have it anyhow.
Live from beautiful Boca Raton and parts unknown, this is a Mad Labs Profit Party. The show that takes you directly inside the heart and soul of Mad Labs research to bring you the very best of marketing, creative ideas, and all the stuff you need to make the most of your online adventures. And best of all, we're here to party and profit with you all night long. So get on the Mad Labs live line and ask your questions. State your opinion, offer your own ideas, and interact with us live on the air. Just follow the instructions on screen right now to see exactly how you can connect with us throughout the show. And now, just when you thought it was safe to say, let's pour another round, live from the Mad Labs studio, this is the Mad Labs Profit Party. Let's get this profit party started.